What's up guys, it's DJ, welcome back to the channel. So as you guys know, I went on vacation this past week, but I'm back and mods released, but there weren't really that many. We got mods on Wednesday and we got mods on Friday. Giants were out of the office on Thursday, but total, we didn't really get that many. Only 32 mods in general. It looks like we had 24 new for all platforms and 4 updates for all platforms. As far as PC and Mac players, we had 2 new and 2 updates during that entire time. That's it. So today we're gonna go through it. We're gonna take a look at all of those mods, and maybe you missed them. Maybe these are the only mod videos you watch. So we're gonna look at them together today. First up, we're gonna take a look at maps that were released. The very first one is Lands of La Mancha. This is a map with many fields to work and enjoy farming. It is based on Spanish lands on the community of Castilla-La Mancha. It's a map with different field sizes and shapes, sales area where you could sell all of your generated products. Total of 95 fields total in there. Several places to place things down, 3 fields of vines, and a cellar. Except the challenge of tilling and designing your own farms, creating your spaces to raise your cattle, and create beautiful landscapes around your production buildings. Go ahead. Terrace, I don't know how to say that. Well, nonetheless, this is a very different, very beautiful, very unique set of landscapes. As you can see here, well, fields are, some of them have been limed, some of them have been fertilized, some of them are ready for you, and some of them are not ready for you at all. Really cool. Let's take a look at the PDA. Looking fresh right here. We do own a couple smaller areas of land, but you can buy a lot of stuff. And interestingly, the entire outside of the map costs you 325 grand. Not bad considering, well, this little plot here costs more. That's funny. Starting off, at least, you get a couple fields, 69, nice, 71, and 72. We also get a plot here that has a grain shed on it. And what else do we have? We've got an area right over here, which has all of your equipment for your main farm. And then a couple little pieces right here. Not too bad. If we jump over to Xbox, you can see it's taken up 965 slots. So that is good to know in case you're jumping in doing things for the first time. And then as far as own vehicles, we got your small tractor, the 5S. We also have the 8S. Love seeing those. Massey Ideal 7PL. That's one of the ones that was released in the first few updates. We got a Velgo trailer. We've got the Massey Ferguson Power Flow. Nice little plow, header, seeder, and a header trailer. Not bad. The only other map that was released during this time for all platforms was Lapacho Farm. This well-known Estancia Lapacho map completely rebuilt, keeping the same layout with a different style. Of course, you can see you've got mountainous regions all the way around, so which is really cool. They also say that it was introduced in the Platinum Edition for FS17. You can now play this map with over 30 fields in Farming Simulator 22. Enjoy. Included, you got a city, train, production chains, BGA, big forest, collectibles, vehicle shop, 60 buyable areas, 35 fields, and all standard functions of Farming Simulator, as one would expect. Now, there are some things that are a little bit different. There's some things that are the same. For example, well, the store is completely different. This is a very reimagined version of Estancia Lapacho, not a one-to-one. Although, fields are pretty much exactly where you would expect them to be, which is nice, and they've even done a good job of keeping this kind of curved off around here down at the edge. And even the terrain height differences. Of course, there are some things that were not there. For example, this gate through here, fence, was not there. But the height is actually done pretty well. Go through here. Now, we also had an area off to the right here, which you could drive down through, but fortunately that is not here. They were able to include the French map house, and we've got an area around here as well. So if you play that map, things will be in areas that you would expect them to be. However, it kind of seems like somebody came through here and, well, redesigned the entire thing. Estancia Lapacho was released back in 2017 for the Platinum Edition of Farming Simulator 17. So at the time of recording this, we're getting up there to about 5-year difference between the two. Very cool, very cool. Let's take a look at the PDA. Here you go. Here's the PDA, virtually identical, just with an updated feature set. We have field number 1, which we had then, and field number 35, which we had then as well, plus your main farm area right here. As far as what we get in new farmer mode, well, let's pop around, take a look at own vehicles. We have the Case Maxim CVX. We also have a Massey Ferguson 6700. We've got the Case Magnum. That's nice to have. We've got a big MAN truck. We've got the Case Axle Flow, big combine harvester to start through here. Lizard pickup 2017. Trailers, headers, corn head, stone picker, plow. We got a lot of equipment. Goodness gracious. Big cultivator, disc arrow, limb consolidator, sprayer. So much equipment. I got the hiccups. 2 different spreaders right there. We've got a mulcher, a loading wagon, a baler, stuff for doing animals, different animals, front loader, goodness gracious. As you can tell, there is a lot. And it's very obvious that there's a lot because this takes up a total of 1,760 slots on console in new farmer mode. So just be aware, this is going to take up a lot of space. All right, making our way into some vehicle mods. The very first one is going to be the Mack grain hauling pack from BC Bueller Farms. I think it's been about a month and a half or so since we showed off this pack, and it is finally here. In the pack, we have 4 different pieces. You have 2 trucks. One is basically a grain truck or a dump truck, if you want to think about it like that. We do have a pop trailer, and we've got a semi-trailer that matches as well. Taking a look at the specs for these real quick as far as slots go. First one's going to be 14. The other truck is going to be 19. The pop trailer is going to give you 8 slots. And the semi-trailer, oddly enough, the least amount at 3 slots? I think that was right. Yeah, 3 slots. Okay, customization time. Let's check it out. So we have 500 horsepower, a manual transmission, 400 liters of fuel, 65 miles per hour max speed, and 8.7 tons. As far as design goes, you've got design 1, which is going to add a nice little stripe there, and back to standard. So that stripe is the only thing that you can add here. This is very different from the truck that we've got in the game. Exhaust, we have single or double, and again, that is it there. Engine setup, so we have a 500 and a 65 or 650 horsepower engine, so only the one option there. Wheel setups, we have a hybrid Dayton. We also have the cross track, and we have an off-road and another hybrid. So just 3 different, I say 3 different wheel options. It looks like we've got 6 different wheel options with 2 different rim options. Main color, well, you can change this up. That red does match, and it is nice to see. Plus, you can change it up to whatever. And then we have a design color, which is going to be the color of your hood. We have another design color, which is going to be the color of that stripe going down the side. Lastly, we have a license plate. As far as this truck, well, virtually identical there as well. Your exhausts are the same. The engine options are the same. Wheel setups, we have the same wheel setups here as well. Main color, we'll change that over to yellow. Design color, we'll change this one to blue, green. Green works. There you go. Design color, let's change this to purple. That's going to be all the stripes all the way around. We have another design color, which is going to be that red on the back. This one, you cannot change up the color of the hood. As far as your pup trailer goes, we've got hybrid setup, so different wheel options through there. We've only got what looks to be 4 different wheel options, but I'm sure you'll find one that matches for you. Main color, design color, and another design color just for the top. And lastly, we have the same setup right here for the semi-trailer as well. We've got 4 different wheel options for you guys through there. Main color, design color, and the top of the bed. There you go. This is a really cool pack, and if you've been looking for some older style Mack trucks to use on your farm, these are the ones to go for. Next up, you got the Lizard Farm Truck. This is from Agritron Modding. We talked about this in Farm Sim News quite a bit, and, well, it is here for you guys to enjoy. The pickup 2017. Starting off, we got 300 horsepower, manual transmission, 120 liters of fuel, 74 miles an hour, 2.4 tons. This is going to be 8 slots on consoles. As far as the bed, we've got a pickup version bed. We do have a flatbed and then back and forth between those. Very cool. This does seem a little bit big for what it is, but it is what it is. As far as your bull bar, you've got 1, 2, or nada. So with the bull bar or the light option. As far as light bars, you can add a couple different ones all over this thing. So just have fun with that. Pickup bed roll bar. So when you go on here, yes, it doesn't change anything because you need to have the pickup bed on there. We also have pickup bed extension. Yep, you can do that if you want to as well. Bed lights on flatbed. We pop over to the flatbed. Yes or no. So we've got another LED light bar on the top there. Wheel setups include a standard, standard 2, standard 3, rear twin wheels, looking good there, and then back to standard again. So if you go for this, you really kind of have to go for the rear twins, as those are the only ones that even look remotely good on this. As far as your main color goes, this is going to change up just the color of the truck. We also have rim colors, which it looks like they've taken maybe 2 different color palettes and changed them up just slightly. And then we have our license plate. Now, I am curious if I go for the pickup bed version. Yep, we are able to have the back just like that. One thing I'm noticing, though, this stays this like gray color, And if you don't like that, oh, here you go. At least you know. And the TRAC from ITS, it is back, and we've got quite a few pieces of equipment here. Now, as far as I can tell, these are all the same attachments that we had in Farming Simulator 19, and I think this came out in 17 as well, but I can't be for sure. It definitely was a 19 version. Anyway, let's start off with the pre-production TRAC vehicle is what everything attaches to. It's got 420 horsepower, nice automatic transmission, 480 liters fuel, 49 miles per hour, weighs 12.7 tons. It's going to be 29 slots. Yeah, heavy on slots. Configuration, we've got default. We do have the standard A adapter. That's going to be for if you want this to be a 6-wheeled version. You can do different things through there or pop it over to default. As far as wheel brands, we have Nokian, we have Michelin, and back and forth between those. You can also change up to a couple different things as well. And you can see right here, this is a little bit, well, interesting, I think is the correct word to use there, because you want to make sure that you actually have the vehicle back there, else it just won't show. So if you want to do some interesting stuff, well, you can. I think for the rest of this configuration, we'll show you guys in the 6-wheel version, so maybe it'll make a little bit of sense. Capacity, we've got cover. We have a cargo transfer and back to cover. So if you go with the cargo transfer, you will want to use that. Engine setup, so we have the 60 kilometer per hour version and an 80 kilometer per hour version. So that will bump it up a little bit. That is nice to have. Main color, well, we got a couple different colors through here. Looking good. We got a new purple as well. That looks nice. As far as your design, this is just going to be, I think, the bit on the side right there. And then, of course, our rim color. We have all of these colors, which is very nice to see. Even a chrome option. And we've got base game colors, which is really, really nice. I think I'm going to go with a green there just to make it look, well, interesting, I think is the word to use, and I'm going to lease one as well. And then we get into some interesting parts. So we have the standard adapter. So this is going to take, I believe it's front or rear, and adds a 3-point, which is nice. So you could add some paneling on there. You could do fenders on there if you want to as well. Cover, cargo transfer, main color. You've got all of the colors that you had before, and you've even got your design colors on there as well. That is cool. I'm going to lease one of those. That is going to be a total of 10s. Goodness. All right, that's just too many slots for that. This next up, we have the support adapter. This is going to be used for different things and attaching different support tools to it. As far as things go here, well, we've also gotten fenders and designs. Attacher, well, yep, you can do one of those on the front. I believe this is a wheel loader attacher, if I'm not mistaken. And then back and forth between those, main color. Of course, we have all of these standard colors. Do like that green. And then design color. Look good on there. Looks really good. Let's go ahead and lease another one of those. That's going to be a total of, 10 slots. This piece right here, steering adapter, this is going to be 8 slots. Go ahead and take care of it. It does have a fill level of air, I think. Yeah, is that air? I feel like that's air. We do have our color options here as well. We'll change that up, but that's really about it for that piece right there. Next, we have this, the gooseneck adapter. So this is actually new. This will make the rear a gooseneck. So that is cool. And you can change it up to your different colors. It's going to be 7 slots. Next up on here, we have the elephant loader. This is another, I believe, wheel loader or telehandler attachment. That is nice to have. We've got different color or covers and options, things like that. Can we go green? We can. Can we go that custom blue? Yes, we can. It's going to be 9 slots for you. Moving on to the next piece, the multi-weight. This is 2 slots, and you do 800, 1100, 1400, or 1800, even 2400, even 2800 kilograms. And you do have those color options as well. I'm really digging this orange, or the orange. None of this is orange. The green. I tell you, the only thing I don't like, the green, the metal on it, it looks bad. That's just me. Anyway, let's move on. Fertilizer S. This is going to be a fertilizer. It's got a lime and solid fertilizer. It's got a 24-meter spread at 11 miles per hour. Holds 3,000 liters of it. You can add a prototype logo on there if you want to. And let's change it up to some colors. Yeah, all right, cool. That's going to be 16 slots, so a little bit heavier. This is a salt spreader, but very similar customization options. However, it is orange all the time, no matter what. And then we have the New Tank 2000 Arcade, so that we can add a little bit of weight to this as well on the front. And this will hold, well, it says seed and solid fertilizer. So Well, there's that, and we have the different versions. So why do we have an arcade and 2 different pro versions? Well, let's talk about that. At the top, you can see additional tank to increase capacity of your tools. Fair enough. The next one, this has got dynamic weight and display control, drive liner for static mount seeder. And then we have this one with dynamic weight, cran, and displayed controlled. I think there's some translation errors in there, but nonetheless, it is a very, very cool machine. And I'm gonna go ahead and put some connections on here real quick. We also got 2 different John Deere forage harvesters while I was gone. First is the 8000 series. This has 380 horsepower, variable transmission, 1500 liters of fuel, 24 miles an hour at 20 holdings. I believe that's going to be your silage additive, and it is, and weighs 13.8 tons. Going to be 22 slots on consoles. As far as configuration, we have middle pipe, the longer pipe, and a short one on there as well. Will brands include Michelin, Trelleborg, Midas, BKT, and Randon, and we could change up a few things as well. We do have a track option on here, and we got some big old chunk of tires. Love the tracks on there. Attacher type, we have on the very back, we have the attacher block or standard. That's going to allow you to add different things. That's nice. And then engines, 308 horsepower, 380, 431, 490, 540, 585, 625, 766, 811 horsepower, and back down. Goodness gracious. As far as colors go, check this out. We have different colors, and by different, I mean a lot. This reminds me of like a PC mod almost. Very cool. As far as your design color, we can change this up as well. This looks to only be the rear wheel bits. Oh, let's change it to pink and see what else changes. Yeah, only the pieces on the rear. Well, it's nice to have that as a customization option if you need it for whatever reason. And then we have rim colors themselves. You can change these up too. Now, of course, now you can see that it has that green on the back, and maybe you don't like that. You want it to be black. Well, boom, just like so. And from a completely different modder, we have the John Deere 9000i series, which I find really interesting as well. That both these released on the same day, I think. No, 2 days apart from each other. It's got 77 horsepower, variable transmission, 1500 liters of fuel, 90 liters of DEF, 24 miles an hour, has 20 liters of silage additive, weighs 14.8 tons. Going to be 25 slots for you guys. As far as pipe goes, we've got middle, long, and a short version. Will brands include Michelin, Trelleborg, Midas, BKT, and Randon, and you can change up between usually standard and narrow tires, standard and normal tires rather. Beacon lights include a normal and normal 2. We also have LED on here. Decals are yellow. You can make those green or gray if you would like. Engine includes a 770 horsepower, 870, 970. So less engine options here, but you have a higher engine count. And then you've got black or green for the main color. And then you've got a couple different color options you can go for there. You do have different rim colors that you can choose from, and your license plate. Here's a cool one, the Prinoth Raptor pack. Yeah, just in time for the new Jurassic Park Dominion, we got a new Raptor, the Prinoth 300. This is 275 horsepower, variable transmission, 360 liters fuel, goes 4 miles an hour, which is just epic. And then we've got a different version that's got 435 or 275. Actually, the engine is free, so just go with the 435 and be done with it. Main color, all of them, I think, is the color option there. Chassis color, we'll just go with that. Why not? And seat color, go with a nice yellow, very bright. I'm gonna have to lease one of those. That's awesome. It is also 12 slots, so it's not that bad. And then we have a header to go with it. 200 horsepower required, so you're good either way. 2.3 meter working with at 3 miles an hour, which, well, it just ain't too bad, is it? Not bad at all. This is going to be 3 slots. This next mod, I'm actually not going to show you guys the customization to this at all. This is the Lizard Warrior Plus from Raleigh Christie 1. I find it interesting that no matter what mod Raul releases, though giants may accept it, the community is not going to accept what you're doing, Raul. Raul stole this mod as an idea. From what I've been told, he has taken the base game Warrior from 19, totally fine, and added a lot of different customization options. Again, totally fine. However, what I don't like is that he stole the idea and the naming scheme for Mods by 5'9", who has made the announcement that he will be bringing his Warrior Plus and the Hulk Plus. As you know, we also have a Roadrunner Plus from Mancha, which is totally different. And now we have this from Raul, who seems to only be stealing other people's mod ideas and not actually coming up with his own. Raul, this is me calling you out, man. I do not like what you're doing with the community. You're lying to everybody, and you're stealing everyone's mod ideas and using them for your own. And there's nothing more to it. Making our way over to Nice DJ again and some tools. We got the Silofarmer Tambora 30. This is from Universe Simu Modding. This is a feed mixer. It's a very nice one as well. 30,000 liter feed right here. That is a lot, especially in this small form factor. Very, very cool. It's also, I think, a new brand as well, Silofarmer, which is really, really neat that that University of Modding Bruno was able to bring that into the game. And it's only 7 slots. How cool is that? All right, next up, we've got a set of 3 different trailers. However, customization is pretty similar between the 3. The big difference is going to be your custom, or the how much it holds. The smallest version holds between 25 and 30,000. The middle version holds between 45 and 50,000, and the largest is between 48 and 53. So, since this is the largest, this is the one that we're going to customize. They are all 12 slots, so choose whichever trailer that you like. We've got 48 or 53,000 liter capacity. We also have a bell trailer. We have a bell trailer with sides, a different bell trailer, and all the way up again. Wheel brands include, well, I don't know what wheel brand that is, but visually they're all changing, so at least there is that. And then you got a couple different Continentals in there as well. As far as your mud guards, you got your short rubber mud guard and your long. I do like the bigger one on the back, so we'll go with that. Wheel design, you could do a hubcap. You could do a hubcap with air or nothing. Arching, yep, you could do that if you really want to. I know that is extremely popular in some parts of the world, and you're able to do it or not. All good. Side protection includes yeses and noses. We've got decoration lanterns or beacons. Yes. You actually, no, not beacons, just literally decoration lights. Okay. Flashlight design, half bar. Where is this at? Oh, look at that. So we have different lighting options on the back. So a couple different translation errors, but it is what it is. Here is your color palette. I believe we've seen this from Mantra quite a bit. I think he was the first one to make this popular. It actually could be his color palette. I'm not sure. Hey, Mantra, hit me up. Is this your color palette? Let me know, brah. And then you got all kinds of different color options to go through here. A lot of different colors. I mean, what's that? 5 different color options? Yeah, with cover, rims, fenders, and it looks like they've just copy and pasted the same one in for each one. I'm not complaining. More options all the way around. From North Modding Company, we've got their Lizard Flatbed Trailer. This is a very cool trailer, which we could do quite a few different things with, including bales between 120 centimeter and 240 centimeter. Those are going to be round and square bales individually. Configuration, we've got an auto load on here, yes or no. Design, you do extension on the front, but that is it. Main color, change it up whatever you like. Design color, change this up to orange. And then we've got another design color as well, which I didn't see anything changing, so I assume, no, it's not that. Maybe it's the stripe on the back. You guys think it's that? Let's find out. Let's change it up to blue. Oh, it's the chrome. Oh, that's cool. Yo, so with white, it is standard chrome, but otherwise it's colored chrome. I'll bet that looks black chrome. Yeah. Oh, those are rims. Now it's black chrome. Nice. Now this is a good looking trailer right here. This is the small old trailer from Game Master. Very, very cool. Looking great here. 4,000 liter capacity, 2.5 tons. And we've got some small little wheels on there. Now we can increase that capacity up to 8,000. We can also go with a bell trailer. Not auto load, but just a normal bell trailer. I think it's really cool. I think it looks good. You could attach multiple of these together. Little customization, but you know what? You just don't need a bunch of customization with this. I like this. And it's only 5 slots. That's pretty good. Next up, we've got another Raleigh Christie mod, so I don't trust it whatsoever. It's here. It exists. Check it out if you like it. I don't know. Itty bitty little baby subsoiler coming at you. This is the PCH 2.5. One thing is, this is a raw smash, so if you guys are liking some of the older raw smash stuff, this might be something that you want to take a look at if you like keeping things brand related. This is a subsoiler. It's 2.5 meter working width at 7 miles per hour. Only requires 100 horsepower, and we've got a couple different color options, and it is 2 slots. And a disc harrow. This is the Alfa 2.1 ILM, and it is 2.1 meters at 9 miles per hour, 55 horsepower. Drum, you can add an extra one on the back if you like to. Discs, we've got a couple different versions through there. Stickers, yep, so you can debrand it if you really want to. And then we've got a nice collection of reds, greens, and blues. Ooh, I like that blue. Is that nitro blue? No, but it's close. It's like my favorite blue color right there. Nice. Next, the Trail Lifter. This is from Pepe 978, and it is basically a version similar to what Giants released in the last patch, but it's just a little bit smaller. This is for using plows and things like that on something that may not have a 3-point hitch, like Pepe's little tanks that he's made, the little New Holland tanks. Well, this is about going to work perfect for that. Looks a little bit odd, and it definitely doesn't match the aesthetic, but it does get the job done. Your last tool new mod for all platforms today is the Grimme SE260 from Dazed. What up, dude? This is a potato harvester for you guys. It digs the potatoes out of the ground. A Holland topper is required for use with this machine, so it says. However, I don't actually know if you need one or not. That's just kind of what the game defaults to, but as you know, even base game equipment before has said that and it didn't. So give it a try, see what you got. 9.3 thousand liter capacity for potatoes, 9.2 tons, so it is a heavier machine. 110 horsepower required, so it doesn't require a lot. You're just going to be able to pull that weight. 1.8 meter working width at 6 miles per hour. As far as your wheel brands go, we've got Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, and Randon, and we could change up those rim colors as well. Love the base game gray. Nice. And some placeables. First one's going to be the small heating plant. Now, this is not, well, there's no buttons around it anywhere, at least not that I've been able to find. So you can find this in your production chain area. Just got the small heating plant right here. This is going to take wood chips and turn it into energy. There you go. So you've got 350 liters of wood chips in and 250 liters of energy charge out. So there you go. They do say it uses about 3/4 of its tank per day. So do keep an eye on that. As construction is rather slow with a small input capacity. Here's a neat one. So this is Natural Waters, Rivers, and Ponds Pack. So as you can see, we've got some pretty large placeable water areas right here with different design setups. They can be rotated, which is really nice to see. But the thing is, they've said that if you're going to use these, you need to make sure that you put them down in an area that you've already dug up. So that's good to know. You see all the difference. I mean, here's like a whooshy little pond area. There's like a normal pond. And then this is pretty large as well. So here's what I'm gonna do. We're just gonna take the larger pond. Nah, we'll do middle pond. So I'm gonna place it in an area that I've already dug up, or at least they say put it near an area that you've already dug up. So right here is an area that I've kind of dug up, and it's way over here. Hang on. So here's the water, and the thing is, bleep, we don't fall on the water, we fall, well, up into the water, which is kind of interesting. And then all you got to do is just kind of build up around it. So you could see that where I placed it, it came up just a little bit. So I'm going to go into landscaping. We'll go to level. So it'll be like a flatten it out kind of thing. We'll bring it up, and then we'll bring up the entire edge of the area around. Now, one thing they have said is you need to make sure that when you place these down, that you do it in an area that you have already prepared. So you don't want to be placing this down and then having to come through and try and mess with it. You want to be able to do this ahead of time. So, well, I did a really bad job there, didn't I? With some practice, this is extremely doable without any issues whatsoever. And you can mess around with the side of it and the edge and really get it to work. But hang on, I really want to make this work. Just come on, DJ, just for like this one video. Just don't mess up once. I'm going to mess up, aren't I? There we go. So we got that, and then we'll take like a soften, and we'll go through and we'll kind of soften the edges up a little bit. Bring that, there we go. Just kind of smooth it out a little bit around the edge, as so. And now we've got ourselves water. Nice. And we float on top of the water, which is good. If your vehicle goes in, it's going to go splash. And one of the great things is as well, if you're using seasons in the winter, this will freeze over. How cool is that? Next new one was the Big Machine Haul. Now it doesn't say Big Machine Haul, but it's exactly what it is. Look at this old door. This is like kind of creepy going through here. I'm watching Stranger Things for the first time right now, and holy cow, I was watching it on the plane on the trip. And well, being on a plane and watching Stranger Things for the first time, don't recommend it. But what I do recommend is checking this building out. Dude, yo, this is awesome. I will say the textures are not quite up there with where you may want them. And the kind of, when you get up close, they kind of go away. But like normal distance, it's totally fine. Next up, we have the Forage Dealer. This pack contains 2 placeable sell points, Forage Dealer, you can see right here, and a Forage Sell trigger. So check this out. When we go in, you go to selling points, you've got the Forage Dealer itself, this right here. Then, boop, a little Forage Sell point, which is right meow. Not a whole lot to it. Both offer a premium price for all forage crops, including TMR. Forage Dealer itself is 5 grand. The little sell point is $100. It accepts TMR, silage, hay, straw, sugar beets, cut sugar beets, and potatoes. Loose crops and bales can be accepted. Price of TMR is now listed in the crops price menus. Oh, you know, I mean, we should probably go check it out. So let's go through here. Give me TMR. There it is. And you can see we actually have another place to sell it as well, Goldcrest Valley, which I'm on our Elm Creek right now. So there you go, not bad, actually kicking prices as well. Definitely put these down. Next to last one is the old wooden house. This is an old house from the 1950s. 1958 to be more precise. Again, this is another house that, or another thing that looks really good. When you get up close, things start to blur pretty significantly. Also, it does appear that there is some parallax occlusion maybe going on with this. That's kind of cool. So you got a place where you can sleep, a place where you can change your clothes. There's really not a whole lot more that you want. If something styled like this is what you're going for, then well, it's right here, isn't it? There you go. And lastly, we have the Multifruit and Liquid Silo. Again, this is a Raleigh Christie mod, so it makes me very nervous because this could probably be someone else's idea, and then he just went with it. Nothing original out of that guy, unfortunately. Now, we do have some mod updates that came out this past week for all platforms. The very first is Goldcrest Valley 22. This is from Celebuki. This is not the exact replica. This is more of an imagination, and it is version 1.002. All farmlands can now be purchased. New save game is not required, so continue playing as you have. Next update is to the map Cow Farm. This is version 1.001. They added a large grass area next to the cows. All bushes can be removed. Updated PDA, added a telescopic loader and some bells to the cow area. Added 2 more farmlands to the farm and to the sheep area. It says lambs, but it's sheep. They also fixed a few things on custom machines to pick up potatoes and fodder beets or cut beets. And then you also have console release as well. Unfortunately, the ratings for this are pretty low, 3.2 with 264 votes. And most of the time this has been on PC. That's where a lot of those downvotes came from. Check it out anyway. It may be for you, but it's not showing a lot of popularity, at least on ModHub. Something that is showing a lot of popularity on ModHub with a 4.7 rating right now is the Massey Ferguson 5700M 12x12 version. So from KRKZ Modding, who's done a lot of really good, like really good mods in Farming Simulator 22. This is going to be update version 1.1. Wheel configurations have been adjusted. Original wheel weights have been installed and added the Asaria Pro sensors, which does require the Precision Farming DLC to work. If you don't have that, well, they're not an option, but you know, it is what it is. Very cool. And lastly, an update to the CSZ Implements Pack. It's going to be version 1.4.1, added compatibility with future packs for the CSZ brand. All right, making our way over to some new mods that came out for PC and Mac players this week. First one is the Gorenc Granoter 280. This is a cultivator, 2.8 meters at 10 miles an hour, 35 horsepower is required. Design, well, with a roller. You've also got with a leveling board on the front, both of them or neither, and you can change up your main color, which I really got to say, that gray, that is the perfect color for this. And your only other new mod for PC and Mac players that came out over the past few weeks was the Extended Finances mod. This is an extension that adds subventions for more realism. So this means that every day at 4 p.m., subventions or extra money as a more or less, is transferred into your bank account depending on the economic difficulty and the field sizes of which you own total. With seasonal growth turned on, this is done every year in January. This was a mod that was in Farming Simulator 19 for PC and Mac only. I loved it because it gives you just a little bit of cash, especially when you're playing with realism. This is nice. Calculation uses the average values for Germany from the EU agricultural policy. After the first save, the values then can be changed in the XML extended finances in your save game folder. It's very, very flexible and a really cool mod. Check it out. All right, let's make our way into mod updates for PC and Mac players over the past few days. At least we've got 2 of them. First, the CSZ Implements Pack additional features. So this includes additional things like added support for NetWrap and Twine for PC players, and its version 1.3 added compatibility with future packs, CSZ brand. And lastly, an update to the Fourragenet Forage Pusher, changelog 101, improve the textures. Well, guys, that is going to be it. That is it for all of the mods that came out, at least on Wednesday and Friday this past week. Again, there weren't really that many mods that came out, at least during the week during that time, but it's nice to see we're getting new mods. Still, hopefully we'll be back to normal this week, and I will be back to normal this week as well. As far as I know, I'm not leaving town until going on another vacation trip, maybe in July or something like that. So, hey, you got me till then. All right, y'all have a good one. We'll see you later. Peace.